Hi, fifth grade. We are going to discuss lesson 82 of math today. So you need your book, and I hope you have looked at the lesson plan that was on Jupiter. We're starting on page 431. Today's lesson is about the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is the largest whole number that is a factor of two numbers. So the greatest common factor means that you have to find all of the factors of each of your numbers. You compare the common factors, the ones that are factors of both numbers. The greatest common factor is just the largest of those numbers. The letters G, C, F are used as the abbreviation for greatest common factor. So on page 431, you see the example of 12 and 18. So we list the factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. We list the factors of 18, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. The common factors are 1, 2, 3, and 6. 6 is the largest number of those numbers, and therefore it is the greatest common factor. We use greatest common factors to reduce fractions in the quickest way possible. So, for example, if you look at example 2 says use the greatest common factor of 8 and 20 to reduce 8/20. So if you just looked at 8 and 20, you know, because they're even numbers, that 2 is a factor of both of those numbers. So you can immediately reduce by using 2 and dividing. 8 divided by 2 is 4, 20 divided by 2 is 10. So you have a smaller fraction. You have reduced the terms of your fraction, but you have not reduced the terms of your fraction the entire way that it could be done. You have not put the terms in the lowest possible terms. For that, you would either reduce again using 2 again, right? Or initially, you use the greatest common factor of both 8 and 20, and you reduce that way. That will put your new terms in the lowest possible terms. So that's what they've done. 8 divided by 4 is 2, 20 divided by 4 is 5. The reduced fraction is 2/5. So let's look at our practice set. So we're going to find the greatest common factor of each pair of numbers. So we're starting with 6 and 9. Right, so we're going to list the factors of 6. The factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. The factors of 9 are 1, 3, and 9. All right, so those are my factors. I'm going to identify my common factors. My common factors are 1 and 3. Therefore, my greatest common factor is 3. Okay, now I've got 6 and 12 in example B. So 6, again, is 1, 2, 3, and 6. My factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. All right, so I list out my factors, and I do want to list them in numerical order. That will just simply make it easier to identify my common factors. So my common factors are 1, 2, 3, and 6. All of the factors of 6 are also factors of 12. 12 just has other factors as well. So my greatest common factor is 6. Great. Looking at example C, I have 15 and 100. Yep. Ah. There we go. So my factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. My factors of 100 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, yes, 10, 20, 25, 50, and 100. Okay, so those, I'm not getting better at this video. Those are my factors. So 1 and 5 are my only common factors. So my greatest common factor is 5. I do want to make sure, though, that I list out all my factors so that I don't accidentally miss my greatest common factor because I've gotten a pretty big one and then I've just stopped. All right, my next problem is problem D, which is 6 and 10. So again, 6 is 1, 2, 3, and 6. 10 is 1, 2, 5, and 10. So those are my factors. My common factors are 1 and 2, and my greatest common factor is 2. All right. For E, I have 12 and 15, right? 12, my factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay. For 15, my factors are 1, 3, 5, and 15. So my common factors are 1 and 3. Those are the only numbers that are on both lists. So my greatest common factor is 3. And then I have 7 and 10 in example F. So the factors of 7 are 1 and 7. It is a prime number. It only has those two factors. The factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10. If I look at it, the only common factor in those two is 1. The greatest common factor is 1. You will often find when one of your numbers is a prime number that the greatest common factor between that number and any other number is 1. That's just kind of what happens sometimes. So if you have the fraction 7/10, 7 over 10, that fraction is in its lowest terms. You would not be able to reduce it in any way because there's no factor other than 1. And if you divided both of the terms by 1, it would do nothing. So, finishing up our practice set, we're going to reduce each fraction by dividing the terms of the fraction by their greatest common factor. So, for G, we have 6/9. We've already established in practice problem A that the greatest common factor is 3. So I'm going to divide by 3 over 3, which is going to give me 2 over 3, 2/3. My next fraction in H is 6 over 12. In problem B, I discovered that my greatest common factor between 6 and 12 is 6. So I'm going to use that To reduce, 6 divided by 6 is going to give me 1. 12 divided by 6 is going to give me 2. My reduced fraction is 1/2. And the fraction 15 over 100, my greatest common factor, which I figured out in problem C, is 5. All right, so 15 divided by 5 is going to give me, that's what it looks like that. 15 divided by 5 is going to give me 3. 100 divided by 5 is going to give me 20. And I have the new fraction 3 over 20. Great. So that is finding and using the greatest common factor. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you here later.